it went over across the left field wall. Yeah, boy. Yes.
Jackie Robinson was born in Cairo, Georgia in 1919. He was the youngest in his family of 5. He would confront a world of adversity at an early age. Shortly after the birth of Jackie, his father left the family. The remaining Robinsons lived with racial discrimination on the Jim Sasser plantation. Jackie's mother, Molly, wanted to find a better life for her children. In 1920, she took all of her children to live with their uncle Burton in Pasadena, California. Burton's house was too small for the 7 of them. Making minimal wages as a single mother, Molly nevertheless socked away money for a 4-bedroom house with Burton's help. As an adolescent, Jackie found friends and became a member of the Pepper Street Gang, a group of mischievous boys. Reverend Carl Downs, the pastor of Pasadena's Scott Methodist Church, saw that Jackie was headed for trouble, took him under his wing, filling his fatherless void. After graduating from Muir Technical High School, Robinson attended Pasadena Junior College. As a record-breaking athlete at PJC, Jackie excelled in football, track, and baseball. In 1939, Robinson enrolled in the University of California, Los Angeles, where he became a football, basketball, track, and baseball star. During his first year at UCLA, Robinson met a young nursing student, Rachel Ism, whom he married on February 10, 1947. The two would have 3 children, Jackie Jr., Sharon, and David. The baseball world that young Jackie Robinson knew consisted of a whites-only system, the 8-team National and American leagues, as well as hundreds of minor league teams. Blacks played in the Negro Leagues, which developed after 1900s as an alternative to the segregated white game. A segregated league was not what Robinson had in mind. However, without a college degree and no real trade skills, he decided to pursue his dream of playing pro ball. During spring training with the Kansas City Monarchs, Robinson thought he had hit the jackpot when he signed on a salary of $400 a month. It was during his 1-year stint with the Monarchs that Brooklyn Dodgers president Branch Rickey scouted him, and he eventually signed Robinson on the team at the minimum of $5,000 per month. Players and coaches, not only of the Dodgers but throughout the all-white league, were outraged that Robinson was recruited. Robinson's debut put him at first base with the Dodgers on April 15, 1947. Although he had batted 0 for 3 during his first game, he would later prove to the world that he had what it took to overcome diversity and become great. In 1947, Robinson was named Rookie of the Year, and by 1949 he had received the Most Valuable Player award for the National League. Besides superb fielding skills, Robinson also was an exceptionally talented and disciplined hitter. With a career average of .311, many players have referred to Jackie Robinson as the most aggressive, intelligent, and successful base runner of his era. Out of the 10 leagues that Jackie Robinson played baseball, 6 of them were spent leading the Dodgers into the World Series and was a 6-time All-Star. However, because he was already 28 when he entered the league, injury began to overcome Robinson, forcing him to look down the road for other employment options. On January 5, 1957, Robinson retired from the game he loved. With ambitions to either coach or manage in the major leagues, he once again became a victim of discrimination while either being ignored or turned down for such positions in baseball. Robinson settled for various business opportunities and served as an executive on the board of National Association for Advancement of Colored People until 1967. Jackie Robinson was greatly affected by the media. The black press, also known as the Pittsburgh Courier, and the white press, known as the Daily Worker and the New York Times. In different ways, both show Robinson's debut in Major League Baseball through the use of language, tone of voice, and the focus of topics in their reports. The Pittsburgh Courier expressed much joy to see a black player in a major American sport. Robinson is not the best player of the Negro Leagues, but his style of playing and his willingness to fight for the position made him different. The newspaper had tried to make Robinson as known as possible to show the pride of the black community. They followed Robinson's debut closely by publishing articles and pictures of him playing on the field. The newspaper did not call him Negro like the white press, instead referred to him by his name. It is an effort from the whole black community to embrace Robinson as an individual and support Robinson's success in professional sports. For the traditional white press, this is a change in history. In a society where segregation and discrimination are the norm, they would call Robinson Negro in all published articles, but the attitudes towards Robinson are quite different in the New York Times and the Daily Worker. The New York Times remarked hard news reporting styles by publishing lots of facts without much praise or criticism on Robinson's performance. The Daily Worker focuses on the scenes at the baseball field and reactions of fans. The style of reporting may be affected by the fact that the newspaper was a more local publication rather than a national publication. It also emphasizes on the body language of Robinson on the field and in the dugout that people may notice. The Daily Worker provided a fairly welcome attitude toward Robinson's debut in Major League Baseball.
Ken Griffey Jr. was born on November 21, 1969. Directly out of high school, he was the first overall draft pick of 1987. He was picked up by the Seattle Mariners, where he played alongside his father, Ken Griffey Sr. Between 1990 and 1991, Griffey and his father became the first father and son to play on the same team at the same time and to also hit back-to-back home runs together. While playing with the Seattle Mariners, he was a 10-time American League Gold Glove winner, 1992 All-Star Game MVP, 1997 American League MVP, 1998 ESPY co-winner for Male Athlete of the Year, and in 1999 was voted the Player's Choice Player of the Decade and was named to the All-Century team. After a very successful 11 seasons with Seattle, Griffey moved to Cincinnati, where his career took a slight downturn. After receiving multiple injuries that hindered his playing ability, he was eventually forced to miss 260 out of 486 games from 2002 to 2004. Griffey switched teams one more time to the Chicago White Sox before finally returning to the Mariners, where his career had begun. His success as a baseball player, while highly attributed to his skill and natural athletic ability, have also been influenced greatly by the media and popular culture. Recognized early on by fans and media as a rising young star, Griffey's exposure to the public made him a national icon. He originally appeared on his own baseball cards and Wheaties box, but that was just the beginning of his marketing success. In 1994, Nintendo came out with the video game Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball and Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run in 1996. Nintendo would make two more games after him, 1998's Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest in 1999, making him the MLB player with the most video games made after him. However, Griffey's spot in popular culture has not only come in the form of his own video games. He has been a guest on popular shows such as The Simpsons and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, has appeared in the films Little Big League and Summer Catch, and has partaken in Pizza Hut ads, talk shows, and countless interviews on screen and off. But one of Griffey's most notable marketing successes is his own line of Nike shoes. By looking at just some of his achievements, it is easy to see how Ken Griffey Jr. has developed such a loyal following and created a legendary reputation.
Jackie Robinson and Ken Griffey Jr. are both great players, but it wasn't just their skill that made them famous. Key factors were media coverage, promotional strategies, and the use of technology. Before the games were televised or on the radio, in the case of Jackie Robinson, even though whites were outraged by the integration, all the newspapers could do were promote and influence his career for the best. Ken Griffey Jr. was promoted strongly through not only newspapers, but television and technological advances. Both these amazing players not only began records, but broke them. As well, with the help of media, these great players excelled in two different eras in the baseball worlds.